What's up, guys? Grady Briggs here for another episode of the Combat Logic. I want to talk about UFC 262. Now, there were a lot of really good performances on this card. There were a lot of really good fights. They were very exciting to watch. First off, we had Christos Giagos submitting Sean Soriano, the debut in Sean Soriano. That was a really good fight. I believe it was Giagos' first submission win of his UFC's career, so that's good for him. Tucker Lutz defeated Kevin Aguilar pretty handily. The beginning of the third round, Aguilar looked all right. He definitely fought with some urgency, but it's kind of crazy, man. You know, Kevin Aguilar started out his UFC career, winning his first three fights, made it to 17-1. He beat, oh no, he beat Enrique Barzola and Rick Glenn, who's a World Series of Fighting featherweight champion. And yeah, since then he's lost four straight. It's great. I did not expect that. I didn't expect him to lose three straight. But damn, going from 17-1 to 17-5. Like, I think he's definitely gonna get cut. He's a good fighter too, man. I did not see that coming. So, next up, Priscilla Cohe beat Gina Mazzani. I was pretty surprised about that. I did not expect that to happen. Andrea Lee beat Antonina Shevchenko. No, I hate to talk shit on fighters, and I hope this doesn't sound like I am. But I don't understand how Antonina's ground game is that subpar. When I know Andrea Lee is a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but she don't submit a lot of people. Like Antonina, Valentina, her sister, her younger sister, she's probably the best striker in all of MMA. Her or Israel Adesanya. And her ground game is equally as dangerous. She's got the best body lock trip in the entire sport. She's got good ground and pound. She's got a really good ground game. People didn't even know until a couple fights ago. She's demonstrated it for a long time now. She submitted Juliana Pena 5-6 years ago, who's a wicked grappler, but with an armbar too. By the way, watch that fight. That was a good fight. But Antonina she hasn't mimicked that. She doesn't have much of a ground game. I'm pretty sure that she did win one of her UFC fights by submission. Let me see. Yeah, she submitted Lucy Pudilova, but I mean, she loses every time she goes to the ground. It seems. Jordan Wright looked really good against Jamie Pickett. Man, this kid is a perfect example of traditional technical martial arts skills in an MMA cage. His striking is so fun to watch. Anthony Hardong is his fucking kickboxing coach. Pretty sure he's a Taekwondo black belt or some sort of karate black belt. He's from Beverly Hills. He's a rich kid. He's gotten the best training since he was a little kid. And you know that rich kids don't have the fight in them. The poor kids do. But you can see the skill this dude has. We've seen him get knocked out a couple times. Anthony Hernandez knocked him out. Joaquin Buckley knocked him out. But yeah, dude. His fight with Ike Villanueva was really impressive in all this one. I'm very excited to see his next fight, as I was this one. He's very fun to watch. Lando Venata and Mike Grundy, man, it is so cool. Lando Venata is finally at 145 pounds. Fuck, it took him long enough. He made his UFC debut with an 8-0 record, filling in for short notice. I think he was filling in for Michael Chiesa or something to fight Tony Ferguson. Either that or it was one of the Khabib cancellations. I think it was when Tony was supposed to fight Chiesa. But anyways, Lando comes in with an 8-0 record and almost knocks Tony out 2 or 3 times in the fight. Gets submitted with a Darce choke. In his next fight, he fucking KOs John Magdesi, who's a 22-0 pro kickboxer, Shotokan karate black belt, Taekwondo black belt. He KO'd him with a spinning wheel kick. And then, dude, he went 0-2-2. No wins, 2 losses, 2 draws over his next 4. And then since then, he'd gone 2-2. Going from 8-0 to 11-5-2. It's not the path. Like, he fights a lot like TJ Dillashaw. Like, he's so good at switching stances while he strikes. He's not quite as dangerous as TJ. Um, but yeah, dude, I'm so glad he's at a weight class that fits him. He didn't belong at 155. He's way too small. I feel the same about John Makdessi. I feel the same about Ali Kunta. Like, do you have any idea how good these dudes would do if they like cut an extra 10 pounds? Like, they're too small for lightweight, man. Like, Ali Quinta and Calvin Kattar, could you imagine that fight? That'd be fucking nuts. Oh my god. This might have been the most surprising outcome of the whole night, dude. Jacare Souza got fucking submitted on Saturday by Andre Muniz. And it's like, dude, I don't think we ever thought we would see that happen. I'm looking at Andre Muniz's Wikipedia right now, and it doesn't even say that he has a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Like, 14 of his 21 wins are submissions. All 4 of his losses are knockouts. All right, well, he has been training jiu-jitsu since he was like a teenager, so he probably has a black belt by now. It just doesn't say it. But dude, the way he robbed Jacare's arm up, like, Jack Hermanson almost submitted Jacare a couple years ago, if anyone remembers correctly, when he upset him and, you know, climbed into the top 5, considering he beat Jacare, and no one thought he was going to, and he almost submitted him. Just like he'd submitted 2 black belts prior, Gerald Mearshart and David Branch. But yeah, dude, Jacare got submitted. I really cannot believe it. Like, Rodolfo Vieira got submitted earlier this year, and now Jacare, like, that's insane. Like, Charles Oliveira's been submitted a few times. Michael Chiesa has been submitted a few times. Hani Yahya has been submitted once. It's fucking crazy, isn't it? It really is. It's absolutely extraordinary how the sport goes sometimes. Like, well, although, dude, I could have seen Jacare losing that fight for sure. Like, his best days are clearly behind him. Like, the last fight we got of him where he actually looked good was the Jan Blachowicz fight, and yeah, he doesn't have it anymore. But I sure as hell didn't see him getting submitted, getting his arm broken. Next fight was really great. This was probably the best fight of the night, and it was between this one and the main event, but the main event winner got a bonus too, so that's all good. Edson Barboza and Shane Burgos, man, this fight was fucking wicked. Like, I was saying how, like, the former lightweight dropping down isn't gonna be the bigger man, and at the weigh-ins, they looked about the same size, and I was like, dude, Burgos is gonna be so much bigger than him tomorrow. He's going to be so much, and he was so much bigger. Like, I don't know how that man makes 146 pounds. He's a fucking behemoth for a featherweight. It's insane, dude. He's so big. And yeah, Barboza got his leg kicks going early. We were thinking it could have even been over pretty early because of them, but it wasn't. Burgos toughed it out. He's like one of the toughest human beings on the planet. Being really huge probably has something to do with that. But then again, cutting all that extra weight, sucking all that water out of your brain sometimes doesn't work for people. It makes them, you know, it hurts them easier. Like Matt Schnell in the next fight, or the feature fight of the night. Like, he was taking Rogerio Bontorin. He's a big dude. He's a really thick dude. And he cracked Schnell hard a lot. And he didn't really hurt him until the 3rd round. And Schnell survived. Schnell has been starched, like KO'd like 4 times at 125 pounds. And it's kind of weird because flyweights don't hit as hard as, say, bantamweights or featherweights or light. All right. So I cut out because I lost internet. But speaking of Bontorin and Schnell, the next fight was the co-main event, Beneil Dariush and Tony Ferguson. And, you know, I think it's just obvious Tony doesn't have it anymore. He's just like Tyron Woodley. He hasn't won a single round since his last fight, or his last win, rather. And you know what's crazy about that? His last win was against Donald Cerrone, who's gone 0-5-1 in his last 6. And that was the last time either of them looked good. It's really sad, man, but that's just the sport. Tony's time is coming. He's kind of gotten submitted in his last 2 fights. He got finished by Gaethje, and he got armbarred by Oliveira. That would have broke his arm if the round wasn't about to end. And Beneil shredded his knee apart. Like, people tap the inverted heel hooks like that. The only reason he didn't is because how tough he is. It's insane. It's very sad to see, but we got a new contender in Beneil Dariush, just like we did in Justin Gaethje and Charles Oliveira, the two before him. In the main event, oh my god, dude, I'm so happy that Charles Oliveira is a UFC champion. This is so fucking cool, man, because I've been watching him since he was 20, 21 years old. And honestly, I've always said it, dude. He's always had good striking. He just didn't believe in it before. And this is a guy that used to like get hit really hard. You know, he'd get cracked in his head, get cracked in his body, and he would he would like fall over and, you know, be like, you won this one, just like Michael Chandler said in the pre-fight. But dude, he's not that kid anymore. He's a grown ass man, and he can take a beating and come back from it. And, you know, I was saying that he could knock Chandler out. He could knock Chandler out or submit him, or Chandler's going to knock him out. Those are one of the three ways that fight's going to end. And his kicks were doing good in the first round, and I was like, just stay at kicking range. Like, you can hurt him. Like, don't fold. You can hurt him. But then he comes out, and he's standing right in front of him. I'm like, dude, you're in punching range. What are you doing? And then he lands a left hook and hurts him. Man, it was beautiful. It really was. Like, a lot of people didn't believe it when I said that Oliveira could knock him out. He definitely could, man. His striking is good. Like, it's really good, and he's the most dangerous submission fighter in the sport. Has been for a long time. Like, it's so crazy. I'm so glad he's the UFC champ. Now he probably gets the winner of Conor and Poirier. Lightweight has got a lot of really good matchups right now. But what did you guys think of UFC 262? Like and subscribe if you like this video. Please check out my next one. Every reason to make Michael Chandler versus Justin Gaethje.